Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook, here with Teron Davenport and Chris James at the 2017 Reese's Senior Bowl. Day 2, practice number 1. The North practice just finished up. And Teron, what are your takeaways from this morning's practice?
Well, my main takeaway from this morning was just the physicality between the O-line and D-line. That's something that we wanted to see coming in, and you definitely saw that. I thought it was really good how some of the players, such as Julian Davenport, specifically adjusted to the strength, the level of strength, going against these guys. But, overall, I think the O-line and D-line was the feature part of this practice.
And we try to picture that happening. Last night we talked about it on the podcast because they were in full pads, and you expect to see that physicality increase. What were your takeaways from this morning?
And I'm going to flank outside and go with the receivers versus the cornerbacks having their one-on-one battles. More physicality to the practice because of having on the pads, and the one-on-one drills with Cooper Kupp going up against Langley from Marg, and also with Desmond King going up against Ryan Switzer. So that was really interesting to see the outside matchup and the slot matchup.
Yeah, one of the things I took away was that the fluidity in the defensive back drills. I thought all the defensive backs on the North squad showed that fluidity, getting in and out of their breaks, weaving back and forth, finding the football, going up at his highest point. They looked a lot more fluid than what we saw later on yesterday in the South practice. So I would say the defensive backs stood out today, and the guy that stood out to me the most was Brendan Langley from Lamar. So who's one player for you who stood out today in the North side? On the North side?
Well, the one that stood out to me on the North side was Cooper Kupp. I really appreciated how he caught everything thrown his way. No fear going across the middle. He was able to find that window when he needed to, and he's going to be a guy at the next level. Quarterbacks is going to trust him because he's always going to get in that spot that he needs to get. He's going to catch the football. Like I said during practice, you're not going to have a situation where the ball carooms off and goes in the air. It's an easy interception for the defense. It's not going to happen. He's so consistent, and it showed today.
Yeah, Kupp is one of the most prolific receivers. If you haven't seen him play, you're going to be in for a treat this weekend. He's one of the best receivers in the history of college football. Broke all of Jerry Rice's records at Mississippi Valley State. Chris, who stood out to you the most this morning?
It was actually Ryan Switzer. He is an unfortunate set of problems for any cornerback trying to defend him. The number one thing that a quarterback wants, other than a receiver catching the ball, is a receiver getting open. And he proved that time and time again today, that he was able to do that, working from the slot or the exterior positions, and won one-on-one battles over and over again.
Yeah, the one guy for me was Brendan Langley out of Lamar, long corner, 6'2", 200 pounds. Did a great job today in one-on-one and also in team drill. So we'll be back after this.